All right, everybody. It looks like it's time to answer the question. Where do you get Chinese cards? Where do you get your Japanese products? Where do you do all this? It's time to probably update this video that you guys enjoyed. That is by far my most successful video. Let's go ahead and get started. I don't want to waste any of your time. And so your first and easiest way is, of course, buying in the States. Buying from eBay, buying from reputable sellers like Pokémon.com, buying from myself if I were to sell a Chinese or Japanese product. I have offered Gem Pack 2 after all before. But yeah, just in general, you could clearly just go here, click Inferno X. I'm sure he'll have a reasonable price, $125. Fairly reasonable price if I recall, maybe not. No, yeah, much better price than mine because I am stuck with this and this is a big mistake. My mistake, but that is the mistake I made. Buying in the States, the advantage here is that you do not have to pay tariffs. Paying tariffs is a really big headache. And I really don't like it. Also, right here, you can click Sample by Chinese, and this is where you could easily buy Chinese product if you want to go for Pokémon. Wouldn't blame you. He makes fantastic content that inspires a lot of people to make Pokemon businesses, and he runs a very successful company. Hard to argue with any of that. I have definitely sold Chinese product. Like, I know I sold Gem Pack 2 on my website before. For the most part, people weren't that interested. So this is the first method that I would be saying that you could do it. This is not, however, how Pokémon or I or anyone on eBay most likely gets their product because we have to sell at a margin. So let's go to the next way. The next way is going to be specifically for Japanese product. Sorry for Chinese fans. I'm going to get to that. This is Sneaker Dunk. This is what a lot of Japanese sellers actually base their pricing off of for their product, especially the ones that do B2B. It is a decent way to actually get product. Here you can see the newest sets, Mega Dream, $80 a box. Approximately, that is, of course. You can click here. You can see how much the price is for 6 boxes, for 5 boxes, for 4 boxes, blah, 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 blah. I believe you have to pay a tariff on this because I believe it's coming from Japan, so please keep that in mind. You also have to pay for shipping. If you do not buy enough boxes, it really is not worth remotely looking for a distributor. But if you're just looking for 1 box, again, Pokémon, myself, TCG Player, eBay, tons of places you could do. Your local game store if they have it, so your local vendors if you have someone you trust. In general, you should just look for someone you trust and not worry as much about getting the perfect price at that point. That being said, this is another way that I know a lot of vendors use to actually get their product, so it is a very solid way. It is not my personal way. I will be getting to that probably last. But let's keep going. And then this is Card Market, a recent recommendation to me that you can see. There are European sellers that are selling boxes of Pokemon, and they're 49 euros. You can have them ship it to you. This is specifically a decent way to try to find your Pokemon. But again, you're going to pay a tariff, so it becomes a little interesting. I know absolutely nothing about these guys, too. I don't know what these B2B discounts are. I don't know any of this. OVP sealed, I don't even know what this means, in full honesty. But what you can tell is that this is a good website that Europeans use, a fairly trusted website from my understanding, but not something that I personally use. So just more so, ooh, cookie settings say I don't know what cookies I saved, but okay. But this is a decent way, I am sure, for some people that use it. I haven't looked super deep into this, but I know if you were sold fake product on this Card Market, in theory, would be protecting you. So yeah, that is the way to get Chinese product. I'm pretty sure they do Japanese too. Let's just have a quick peek together. Yeah, Inferno X box. Look at that. You can get Inferno X. 40 euros. Pretty good price if it's real, but that doesn't sound quite right, in all honesty. But who knows? Maybe this is I don't know, some sort of Chinese or something. No, it's Korean. I see what's going on. This is $40 in Korean box. Japanese is down here 97. Okay. So clearly, please do your best to pay attention to these flags because they have a huge indicator here, and I am clearly a novice on this website. And then I'm going to show you guys the way that I found my Japanese distributor, the way I know Pokémon found his distributor, the way a lot of us find our distributor. And yeah, hopefully I don't lose too much business from this. Hello, this is Instagram. This is where you can find a lot of people. All I did was click search, click Japanese Pokemon card seller. I'm not going to show you the exact people I work with. There's no reason for me to. There are plenty of good people. There are also plenty of scams on Instagram. That is the fear. That is what makes this probably the most dangerous way to do it, because you could just be out of money and they don't ever give you anything, because the best way to get the best deal is to wire transfer it to them, which if they were dishonest people, they could take the money, run for it, and you are kind of SOL. The best part is, well, you are avoiding a PayPal fee. You are getting the best possible price. Like, I don't know about this lady. She seems like a perfectly happy lady. She clearly sells some nice products. She seems to have good feedback. Maybe she's fantastic. I don't know. Let's just click this dude. Oh, look. For those who operate Pokemon stores. Maybe he's fantastic. Maybe he isn't. I don't know. Trial and error here is going to likely be the case. Exploring for multiple prices will likely be the case. And finding someone that's trustworthy will likely be the case. I'm going to let you guys do all that on your own. I'm not going to recommend a specific person. I don't want to give up the people that I work with. The advice I can give you if you decide to go this route, which is the route I decided to go, is be sure to check a lot of prices. Be sure to, for your first, even several transactions if you want, use PayPal. That way you actually have a means of getting it back instead of wire transferring. You need to make sure your product is here. You need to make sure you actually secure the good distributor, someone that actually is giving you a great price, someone that actually is able to deliver. Then you can worry about trying to make it profitable and a bunch of other things. If you're not willing to do that, if you are just desperate about being able to do things ASAP, then I guess it wouldn't work for you, really, in all honesty. Outside of that, this is why I personally use Instagram. You can also find Korean here. You can also find Chinese here. You can find whoever you need if you just dig deep enough. It's just making sure they're trustworthy. So I would be really careful, really do your due diligence, because otherwise I would honestly just buy from a US person and just ask for a % off if I was going to buy enough. Like, for some of my Chinese product, after vetting the people in person, I used to just buy 10, 20% off because they were getting it for 70% of the price because they bought so much of it. And that way I was able to offload some of them, and then I actually had a margin that I could work with. Now, with Pokemon already taking off and Chinese product actually, you know, climbing up with it, I don't know how possible that is. But at that point, it's a little easier if you just figure out something creative, something that is good. And I'm sure each and every one of you, if you have a decent local scene, has some people that could assist you or has some people that you can work with for this. So that would probably be the last way I could mention it. It's finding the right person or finding the right people in person. It is hard to replace that. It is hard to replace actual genuine human connection where your good business partners actually able to work together. I think I gave 4 ways now. 4 or 5 ways? I've lost count in all honesty. I don't even know how long people made for this video in all honesty either. Hopefully, depending on what you're looking for, I've been able to actually answer the question and been able to deliver you guys something that was worth the wait, really, since I've been away for, what, 45 days now? Damn. Anyways, I'll probably go back to making little updates about my business. If I see a question that's like piling up like this, I can try to answer it again. This was clearly piling up in my mind. People who really wanted an update, who really wanted to see what else you could really do to find a good distributor. So hopefully I did just that. I hope I don't lose too much business from this. If anything, I hope you guys will go ahead and support me at UncleSteve'sCardShop.com. Message me on Instagram, Uncle Steve's Card Shop, or right here. If you're looking for product, I'm able to get you products. I'm able to go ahead and order it after I hear that you guys are interested, or maybe make a pre-order for it, and you guys can avoid the tariff and, you know, support me if all you're looking for is individual boxes. If you're looking for like 1 to 5 boxes, it's not worth it for you to take all the time to order from Japan, to pay the tariff if your seller's not paying it for you, which most are baking it into the price, or they're going to make you pay for it, and a bunch of other things. So feel free to message me on UncleSteve'sCardShop.com. Any questions also, happy to answer, happy to connect. I've connected with a couple viewers at this point. Really nice people who really want to make something happen. Oh, that's right. And if you follow me here, I guess you can see some pretty stuff I collect because I do love spending money on cardboard. Have a good night, guys. Thank you so much. Hope this helped.